as I thought about what my mentor told me, he said, you have to be, do, and then have. So he taught me a philosophy that went and kind of lined perfectly with this one. It's called lie, cheat, and steal. He said, look, Nazir, you need to lie, cheat, and steal if you want to succeed. Now I'm like, lie, cheat, and steal, first of all of those are wrong. Like, what are you talking about? Assalamu alaikum, peace. I'm Coach Nazir, one of the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as one of the authors of the book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. I want to share something with you that's a philosophy that really changed my life when I got it. When I fully understood what it meant, it changed everything for me. And I heard it a long time ago, but sometimes, depending on the thickness of your skull or your availability to comprehend things, it could take a while, like it took me. Now, it's basically be, do, have. I first heard it and learned it from Robert Kiyosaki, then a few of my other mentors. And I'm like, okay, be, do, have. I didn't really get it, but let me share with you. Maybe I could draw it out and help you get a little something. Doesn't matter if it's related to polygyny, if it is dealing with one of your roles. All right, what I mean by that is whether you're married, your husband, are you a father, you're a son, you're a brother, you're a nephew, you're a grandchild, a grandson, whatever your role may be, it applies to you. Here we go. So B, let's make it a circle. Why not, right? So B. Hopefully you can see that. Can't see it? Then I'm pretty sure our video editor got it on lock. But that's B. Then there's do. Then there's have. I guess I should have maybe had a better marker. Be, do, have. Here's the deal. A lot of people want a lot of things, and that's really operating from the have area. The have relates to properties, whether that's physical, tangible things, or intangible. They want things. They want marriage, something that's intangible, for example, a happy, healthy marriage. But you'll notice before that is the do. There's some things that need to be done, but everything starts here with the be. Be, like you're a human being. It's really interesting because if you look at the word being, it's this ing that you're in the act of doing. So one of the funny things I thought about when a friend of mine asked me, they said, I be good. And she was laughing, this older elder sister. I said, how you be? She said, I be good. And she kind of laughed off. But as I thought about what my mentor told me, he said, you have to be, do, and then have. So he taught me a philosophy that went and kind of lined perfectly with this one. It's called lie, cheat, and steal. He said, look, Nazir, you need to lie, cheat, and steal if you want to succeed. Now I'm like, lie, cheat, and steal, first of all of those are wrong. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm really having a problem with this. And me as a young new Muslim at the time, especially when I'm learning about this. And he said, you got to lie, cheat, and steal. He said, you have to lie awake in bed at night, thinking about the possibilities. Thinking about your goals, your dreams, your vision, how you want things to be in your life because you are the author of that book. So I said, okay, I got it. He's playing on words. So you have to lie awake in bed at night, thinking about the possibilities, thinking about plans and how you really want to visualize things because your brain really doesn't know the difference between reality and what's fake. I remember one of the first times hair was mistaken for a spider. I was about 6, 7 years old. My sister screamed. She had just finished taking a bath. And she's younger than me. So she screamed. She ran out of the bathroom in her little robe. And she told me, there's a spider in there. So she wanted me to kill it. I'm the boy. I got to go kill it. I'm brave. So she calls her older brother. So I go in the bathroom. I open the door and I see, it just kind of scattered across the floor. It was kind of fast. Well, the fact is, it was a clump of hair. Now, our brain processes the movement very quickly, determines what it is. There's a whole neurological response to her. She screamed and came and got me. The thing is, the brain doesn't know if you're living in the past, the present, or the future. It's going to operate on commands and kind of what's there, but I'm not going to get into a big old neuroscience thing with you. However, the point is you can control your brain. It doesn't know past, present, or future. You can absolutely imagine something that happened in the past and experience that pleasure or that pain in the present time, as an example. So I said, okay, I get what you're saying here. You got to lie in bed awake at night, thinking about the possibilities, right? So you're conditioning yourself is what he was telling me. Then he said, you need to cheat. And I'm like, okay, how is he going to spin it? What do you cheat? What are you talking about, cheat? He said, you have to cheat time away from the things that steal time from your life. Cheat time away from the TV. Now updated, that would be cheat time away from scrolling aimlessly on social media. Cheat time away from the TikToks or the things that were called vines, like 7 seconds back in the day. Cheat time away from the time-stealing, time-leeching things that do not benefit your life. I got that. Then he said, you have to steal. I'm like, steal, like, I played baseball a little bit, you know, and I ain't like watching it, but I can play it. So he said, steal. He said, you have to steal every good idea you hear. Every good idea you hear. If you're reading a book, you see a quote, you see a philosophy, something that resonates with you, you need to steal it and apply that to your life. If you hear some good ideas, steal it and apply it to your life. No one has a monopoly on information and knowledge, but steal every good idea. So I got it. So I need to lie, cheat, and steal. And I understood what he meant when that context was put around it. But here's the thing. How does that relate to being, right? How does that relate to the be? Well, it relates to being because you must first be. You must first associate with your identity. See, being speaks to your identity. So if I ask you, hey, what do? You might say, listen, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm an architect, I'm an entrepreneur, and you go ahead and you define by describing something it is that you do. I'm a parent, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm whatever. Okay? That speaks to identity. Now, here's the thing. Lying also applies here too. This is what I mean. If we think of your identity, say you want to practice polygyny, right? So I'll say I'm married to multiple wives, I'm a husband. Now, that means that there are some things that you must do, right? You must take care of more than one family, you must take care of more than one wife. There are rights and responsibilities that go along with that. If I am an attorney, or if I am a doctor, if I am a mechanic, whatever it may be, there are some things that I had to do to get there, right? Had to go through some classes, learn some different things, pass some exams, or whatever it may be. There are some actions that are required in order to have. So that have is clearly speaking to properties. The doing is speaking to activities. So if I see myself, for example, it's easy to look at numbers and we can quantify things pretty easy because numbers don't lie. So I'll say, okay, I'm a millionaire. It's kind of hard to see if you're a millionaire if you grew up around poverty a lot and didn't really see people that were successful, financially at least. But you must believe first that you are a millionaire and have these different things, visualize these different things clearly, going to that first part of lying to yourself. All right, because the fact of the matter is it's a lie anyway. All right, we only have the present time that we operate in, but after that present time, it's already the past. So in reality, we either have the future or we have the past. That's it. Now goes like that. So when I started this video, by the time you watched it, that's already the past. That's how fast time moves. Now, I don't want to get there on some metaphysical stuff, but my point is, in order to have, you would have had to do. But in order to do, you had to operate within your identity. So, for example, let's say you're a millionaire, you're a real estate investor. You say, all right, well, a lot of money was made in real estate. Therefore, whether you're wholesaling, you're buying and flipping, dealing with capital gains, or you're buying and holding and running properties out at a continuous cash flow every single month, you have to think with that end in mind. You tell yourself that, look, I'm a millionaire. I am Coach Nazir.
And I'm Coach Fatimah, his wife.
And I am Coach Nyla. I am also his wife.
We are the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as the authors of the book,
Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored.
And I'm sure you're asking yourself, how can you get your hands on a copy of it right now? The great part is we're about to share that with you. But first, let me tell you about why you need to at least get your hands on one or maybe more copies, depending on where you are in your polygynous journey.
Some of the things that we discuss in our book are issues about trust, insecurities, jealousy among wives, and maybe even, possibly even, creating lasting friendships.
especially friendships amongst co-wives. And we share in this book how you can understand that it takes a village, that polygyny is not some taboo topic or something that's going to leave women stranded alone and kids not loving each other or feel like they're left alone by their fathers or from their fathers or whatever the case may be. You will learn so much in this book. Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored.
Indeed, we lay down the practical steps that we wish we would have had when we started our polygynous journey over 13 years ago. Well, the time is here, and all you have to do, go to letstalkpolygamy.com. Order a copy, order the bundle, do whatever it is you need to do so there's no more excuses, and we make it marriage great again by reminding people of polygamy, which is an ancient solution to a modern day problem. Letstalkpolygamy.com. Get your pre-sale order on. With that being said,
make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level
every single day.
Visit the link. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Peace.
The money may not have arrived yet, but I'm doing the activities in order to have, because in your mind, you believe you're there. Or, again, those are quantifiable. That's really simple. Or, I'm an outstanding father. Well, what do outstanding fathers do? They participate, they're present, they educate, they equip, they empower, they engage. All of these different things they do because they believe, and their being speaks to their identity. Very, very important. And in doing these things, you have that success. Healthy, well-rounded raised children, and if they're accepting your advice, because again, you can be the best parent. We have stories of prophets who were great parents, and the children turned out not so good. Nevertheless, you discharge your responsibility as that parent. You could be a great husband, have a great identity, be providing and protecting and being present, and all of these things, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean you will have the best marriage, even though you put in, because that depends on someone else. But even if a marriage fails, you still know you gave your all, what you had, you were focused on growth and everything else. But it still could have failed because there are two parties that's required for. But here's the challenge when it comes to us as humans. Having faith to believe from here, to lie to ourselves from here. So we may think about, oh, I want this mansion, I want these cars, I want to be able to go on these trips and vacations. I want to have a close marriage and be loving and comfortable and connected at a higher level, right? But if you're not willing to do the things, you may want it, that's great. Everybody has a desire. People have lofty goals, all right? They strive for happiness and joy and fulfillment. Maybe. They want it, that desire is there, but are they doing the activities to get it? And most times they're not, because they're stuck here. Stuck here at the being the low self-esteem, lack of self-confidence, insecure, uncertain, not knowing what path to take. Therefore, thinking like that, again, it goes right back to that being, thinking like that allows you to believe that you're not worthy of. Or people like me don't. Associating that identity, which prohibits you from taking the actions in order to having or achieving what you want. Make sense? It took me a while to get it. Again, I heard it several times. It was part of a course that I was taking even with Robert Kiyosaki. But being this identity, telling yourself the good story of who you are, working towards that in order to achieve and have this. That's the difference. Because you know, just like I know, a person that earns $2,000 per month does not think the same as a person who earns $2,000 per year. Who doesn't think the same as a person who earns $2,000 per week or $2,000 per day. All of them think differently. They've been stretched differently, especially for the one who earns $2,000 per hour. Same ability, same potential, but acting on it becomes different because the identity is now different. Who they believe they are, telling themselves lies about who they have to be and act on in order to do this thing to get there. I know, sounds like a crazy math equation and stuff like that. I get it. Prayerfully, you understood the explanation. Because I would suggest you believe. and have a strong identity focused on whatever it is that you desire and want, so that you can start doing the things that people do in order to have that end result. So if that is being a content creator, actually creating content and monetizing it, then you're thinking like that. You already have a course out there. You have coaching out there. You already have your books made, all right? And even if they're not made, you're committed to that process to getting it done in order to have that end result. If you want to practice polygyny, well, increase your leadership, your mental, your emotional, your physical and fiscal capabilities. All of these things make you that much more attractive and capable of marrying multiple women and taking care of your families. If you want to be a better husband, you want to be a better wife, if you value communication, then do it every step of the way. Don't run into a roadblock or a challenge and all of a sudden in your mind you're going through all these different things, but you haven't spoken to your husband about it. Now he feels blindsided because y'all wasn't communicating, but you hold it as a high value. All of these things matter. So believe in, do that identity shift by being first. Being the type of person who does. Because the person who does eventually gets that end result they have. Again, prayerfully, you got it. And I explained it well. If I didn't, my bad. It took me a while to get it too. But with that being said, I appreciate you sticking in with me. Okay? In everything that we're doing, let me know that you stay to the end of the video to let us know, look, Coach Nazir, I got you. We're following along with you. We support what you're doing. What I want you to do is put be, do, have in the comments below. Let me know if I explained it well enough for you, what you got about it. Or maybe you heard this concept before and then you finally understood it. How long did it take you? Or did you get it from the jump? Or have you never heard of it before? Or what you're working on? That's a whole lot of questions right there. Nevertheless, put in the comment section. I read all the comments. I appreciate all of you. I'm Coach Nazir, the coach that helps people get their shift together. So with that being said, make sure you are being outstanding, because a wish changes nothing, but a decision changes everything. So with that, remember, free Palestine. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.